The Grasshopper and the Ant. In the middle of a big green meadow, the grasshopper lived for the music of the moment. While the summer sun shone bright and warm, he sat on top of a fluffy white dandelion. He used a tiny twig to play a song on his grass blade violin. To the grasshopper, the whole world was a stage, and every breeze was a reason to sing. Down on the ground, the ant moved with a steady beat. She did not look at the sky or listen to the wind. On her back, she carried a sunflower seed that was much bigger than she was. Her path was long and the ground was bumpy, but she was thinking about the cold winter days that were coming. "Stop and rest, little ant," the grasshopper called out. He hopped down and landed right next to her. "The grass is soft and the sun is warm. Why work so hard when the day is so beautiful? Put down that heavy seed and dance with me." The ant moved the heavy seed on her shoulders and wiped her forehead. "Summer will not last forever, grasshopper," she said quietly. "When the cold wind blows and the snow falls, those who only played will have nothing to eat. I am working now, so I will have food later." Soon, the season changed. The bright green grass turned brown and crispy. The leaves on the trees turned orange and fell to the ground like giant coins. The air became very chilly. The grasshopper kept playing his violin, but his fingers were cold and his song sounded sad in the whistling wind. Deep under the ground, the ant was very busy in her cozy home. Her walls were lined with rows of seeds, dried berries, and yellow corn. She moved quickly, using tiny bits of wax to close up the cracks in her ceiling to keep the cold air out. She was warm and ready for the frost. Then, the first snow began to fall. It covered the meadow in a heavy white blanket. Everything was quiet and very, very cold. The grasshopper hopped through the deep snow, looking for any bit of food to eat. But the ground was frozen hard, and all the seeds were hidden under the ice. The grasshopper was very hungry and shivering. He remembered the steady sound of the ant's feet in the summer. He followed her old path until he found a small, round wooden door in the side of a hill. With shaking hands, he knocked on the door. The sound was very quiet against the cold wind. The door opened just a little bit, and a bright light shone out onto the snow. The ant stood there, wearing a warm shawl. She smelled like sweet honey and toasted grain. She looked at the shivering grasshopper and saw that his violin was covered in tiny bits of ice. The ant stepped back and asked him to come inside. "I have plenty of food for the winter," she said, "but it is very quiet in these tunnels. I work to fill our plates, grasshopper. Maybe you can work to fill our home with music." That night, the house was warm, and the grasshopper played a beautiful song for his friend.